Я на Жигулях і мені похуй.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Jai Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome everybody to our final Super Sunday before the end of the Live to Give marathon. I offer my respectful obeisances to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and to all of you. And today it is my
Привет, меня зовут Влада 4. Глент! Блядь, это мой первый хит! Подписчики, я вас люблю!
It is my greatest pleasure to introduce one of the great generals of the Sankirtan movement. His Grace Chaitanya Chandra Charan Prabhu, who is broadcasting to us from Russia and will be speaking to us to enliven our hearts about the process of Sankirtan book distribution. And I just want to check in on our translation service and
Hare
make
Krishna.
sure that we're lined up. Yogananda Prabhu, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Vaisheshika Prabhu. My
Hare
obeisances.
Krishna. My obeisances.
I will start translating right now.
Okay, thank you.
Добро пожаловать на нашу финальную программу. И я хочу представить генерала русской Санкиртаны Чайтанья Чандра Чарана Прабhu.
Chaitanya Chandra Charan Prabhu has taken a leadership in the Sankirtan movement.
Чайтанья Чандра Чаран Прабhu лидировал санкиртанское движение, лидирует санкиртанское движение.
I have come to know him by meeting in Mayapur and Vrindavan.
Я встретил его в Майяпуре и Вриндаване.
And it is such a great pleasure to have his association here today.
И это так здорово иметь возможность находиться вместе с вами сегодня.
We are building a global team to work together for book distribution.
Мы сейчас строим команду по международной дистрибьюции книг.
And for many years, we've wanted to have a closer alliance with the Russian-speaking devotees around the world.
И уже много лет мы хотели объединиться в альянс с преданными из России и по всему миру.
So, Maharaj, we're very, very grateful to you for joining us today.
И мы очень-очень благодарны, что вы присоединились к нам сегодня, Махарадж.
My humble obeisances to you, Hare Krishna.
Мои низкие поклоны, Харе Кришна.
Примите мои смиренные поклоны Вайшешика Прабhu.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Vaisheshika Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Слава Шри Прабхупаде, его книгам, Санкиртана Ягья.
Haribol.
All glories to Srila
Переводит.
Prabhupada, Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai.
Я очень благодарен вам за ваше уникальное служение, которое вдохновляет весь мир.
I'm very grateful to your great service that inspires the whole world.
Мы слышали, что вы дали обет распространить за этот марафон 2 миллиона книг.
We've heard that you took a vow to distribute 2 million books in this marathon.
Это так? Вы давали такой обет?
Did you give this vow?
Yes, Maharaj, we vowed to do at least 2 million Bhagavad Gitas.
Да, Махарадж, мы обещали как минимум 2 миллиона распространить. Бхагавад-гит.
Бхагавад-гит. Это, как Шрила Прабхупада говорил, это охота на носорога.
As Srila Prabhupada was saying, this is like chasing the rhino.
Yes.
Мы убьем носорога такого, то все скажут, это великий герой.
Everyone will say this is a great hero.
Если не убьем носорога, все равно скажут, это великая была Санкиртана.
Even if we don't kill the rhino, everyone will say this is a great Sankirtana.
Конечно, мы знаем, что о книгах думали все предыдущие ачарьи.
We know that all past acharyas were thinking about distributing books.
И первая Санкиртана это был Шринивас Ачарья с Нартам Дастакуром.
И первая, and the first Sankirtana movement was with Narottam Das and Srinivas Acharya.
Еще когда книги писались вручную, переписывались вручную.
When the books were transcribed by hand.
Но с течением времени это стало возможным сделать невозможную вещь, распространить много книг по всему миру.
But throughout the time, it became possible to distribute the books throughout the whole world.
Сегодня уже книги распространяются миллионами тиражами за один марафон.
Now books are distributed by millions in just one marathon.
Это то, что Шрила Прабхупада называл невозможной миссией, которую невозможно выполнить. Он говорил, где книги, где деньги, он не понимал, как выполнить это наставление Бхактисиданта Сарасвати.
This is what Prabhupada was saying. This is an impossible mission. How is it possible to distribute so many books?
Но Прабхупада писал эти книги.
But Prabhupada was still writing those books.
Также это невероятно, потому что непонятно, как он успел написать столько книг, будучи занятым проповедью по всему миру.
It's also interesting how Prabhupada was able to write so many books and preach all over the world.
Также он издавал эти книги, используя станки печатные, современные, и с огромной скоростью это происходило.
He was publishing books with the modern book publishing tools. Yeah.
Когда издавалась Чайтанья Чаритамрита, и преданные сказали, невозможно за такой срок, Прабхупада сказал, невозможно в словаре дураков.
When Chaitanya Charitamrita was published, the disciples was, кто говорил еще раз?
Шрила Прабхупада сказал, что невозможно в словаре дураков. Нужно быстро.
When Chaitanya Charitamrita was published, Prabhupada was saying that impossible is in the dictionary of fools.
Да, вот почему Прабхупада так беспокоился об издании книг?
Why was Prabhupada so worried about distributing and publishing of books?
Ну, честно говоря, полагаясь вот на мой опыт, я поделюсь с Шешикой Прабху.
Based on my experience, I will share with you Vaisheshika Prabhu.
Что наше движение еще существует и развивается, и где-то процветает только благодаря книгам Шрилы Прабхупады.
that our movement is flourishing only because of books of Srila Prabhupada.
Это великая наука, которую очень сложно постичь современным людям и описана в книгах, которые можно изучать,
This is a great
на
science
которые можно
that opens up to the world, and it's only described in a book that needs to be studied in the books.
очень быстро все забывают. Говорит, ваша трехминутная проповедь люди быстро забудут, но если книга останется, проповедь будет успешной.
People will be easily forgetting your 3-minute preaching, but if they get the book, it will stay with them forever.
И именно книги Шрилы Прабхупады придают нашему движению научность и авторитетность.
Only the books, or just the books of Srila Prabhupada, give the authoritative to our movement.
И опыт Санкиртаны, он удивителен, он трансцендентный.
And Sankirtan experience is amazing and transcendental.
Что в этом процессе сосредоточена вся милость Господа читания всей Гуру Парампары.
In this process, all mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all Guru Parampara is included.
Настолько могущественный процесс, что Прабхупада говорит, что если люди прочитают эти книги, мир изменится.
This is such a powerful process that Prabhupada was saying, if people read all those books, the world will change.
Если даже прочитают не всю книгу, их жизнь изменится, станет совершенной.
Even if the people will not read the whole book, their life will still change and will become successful.
Если даже прочитают одну шлоку, их жизнь изменится.
Even if they read one shloka, their life will change.
Моя жизнь изменилась только потому, что я когда-то прочитал книгу Прабхупады «Легкое путешествие на другие планеты».
My life is changed forever, even when I read just one book, Traveling to the Different Planets.
Это знание сейчас проникает во все сферы жизни, все уголки мира. Так или иначе, люди знают о карме, инкарнации, то есть они уже пользуются этим знанием, они уже размышляют над этим.
This knowledge has transferred to the whole world already. The knowledge about karma, reincarnation is well known already.
То есть на самом деле книги, они меняют этот мир.
The books are
Beautiful.
actually truly changing the world.
Вот. Ну, что я могу сказать? Я не такой большой лидер Санкиртаны. Я
Вот
больше проповедую. Я люблю читать Прабхупады. Я люблю говорить о Санкиртане, о проповеди, о распространении книг.
What can I say? I am not such a big leader in Sankirtana. I am just a preacher. I like to read books though.
Я уже давно не выхожу на улицу в зимнее время из-за здоровья.
It's been a while since I left outside because of the health issues.
Но я очень счастлив и очень благодарен таким преданным, как Вайшешика Прабху.
But I'm very happy and super grateful to such devotees as Vaisheshika Prabhu,
который на самом деле свою жизнь посвятил распространению книг Шрилы Прабхупады. И, наверное, самый успешный в мире преданный.
You truly dedicated your life to the mission of Srila Prabhupada and the most amazing devotee.
Я просто прошу его благословений, чтобы он благословил меня проповедовать, поддерживать дух Санкиртаны там, где я проповедую.
I'm asking you to give me blessings and allow me to transfer this spirit of Sankirtana where I'm preaching in my location.
Марафон уже в русскоязычном мире закончился 31 декабря, но я знал, что марафон продолжается в мире еще неделю.
The marathon officially ended in our area as of December 31st, but I'm aware now that there is one more week still for the global marathon.
Обычно мы заканчивали марафон 31 декабря, потому что уже 1 января людей не было на улице никого.
Usually we used to finish the marathon as of December 31st because after that there is nobody in the streets.
Но сейчас ситуация изменилась, и карантин, пандемия, поэтому марафон может продолжаться круглый год.
But now, because of the circumstances of the pandemic, of quarantine, now we can preach online all over the world and continue the marathon.
Люди на самом деле стали серьезнее относиться, больше интереса проявлять к духовному знанию.
The people became more serious and expressed their interest in this knowledge.
Вайшешика Прабху, теперь я хотел бы услышать ваше слово.
Dear Vaisheshika Prabhu, now I would like to hear what you can say about this.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, I was wondering if you could tell us more about how to unite all the Russians around the world.
Харе Кришна Махарадж, я бы хотел узнать секрет, как объединить всех русских преданных в мире.
We find that the Russians are very powerful.
Мы понимаем то, что русские очень могущественны.
They have so much talent and they're very intelligent.
У них столько талантов, и они настолько разумные.
And for the book distribution movement, we would like to unite everybody.
И для дистрибьюции книг мы хотим объединить всех.
We find Russians in many different countries around the world.
Мы можем видеть русских во многих странах мира.
I was wondering what you thought about that vision, have more unity with all the Russians to distribute books.
Хотелось бы узнать ваше видение, как объединить русских, чтобы распространять книги по всему миру.
Actually, just because of your encouraging words, I think it brings inspiration to the Russian devotees everywhere.
На самом деле, благодаря вашим словам, ваши слова приносят столько вдохновения русским преданным повсюду.
Я постараюсь сделать все, что вы меня попросите, для того, чтобы объединить Санкиртану.
I will try to do anything you will ask to unite Sankirtana movement.
Вы самый предприимчивый человек в распространении книг.
You are the most entrepreneurial person in regards to book distribution.
We would like to stay closely aligned with you.
Мы хотели бы как можно ближе сотрудничать с вами
And with all the Russian devotees.
и всеми русскими преданными.
And I had a question I'd like to ask.
У меня есть вопрос, который я хочу спросить вас.
The way that I'm curious about how the Russian people react to receiving Bhagavad Gita.
Мне очень любопытно узнать, как русский народ реагирует, когда получает Бхагавад-гиту.
Or any
Люди радуются, когда получают Бхагавад-гиту.
People are ecstatic when they very happy when they get Bhagavad-gita.
In Russia, are people very open to receiving Prabhupada's books?
Люди в России, они достаточно открыты, когда для получения книг Шрилы Прабхупад.
Да, все больше и больше открыты, это правда.
Yes, it's true indeed. More and more people are open to this.
And I'd like to also see if there's any devotees that want to ask Maharaj any questions.
Если есть какие-то, может быть, преданные, которые хотят спросить больше вопросов Махараджа.
Вайшешика Прабhu, а что если мы устроим еще после этого марафона онлайн с преданными русскоязычными, которые занимаются санкиртаной, чтобы вы могли провести такую встречу, ответить на вопросы по санкиртане, исключительно по вопросам санкиртаны?
Dear Vaisheshika Prabhu, how about the idea to have a separate session where you will talk to Russian Sankirtana leaders and Sankirtana devotees and inspire them?
Yes, I'd like to do that.
Да, я с радостью это сделаю.
These last 7 days, you mentioned that the marathon often finishes at the end of December.
Вы говорили то, что марафон часто заканчивается в конце декабря.
So we're doing the next these 7 days up to the 7th of January as a bonus, special bonus.
Мы вот сейчас вот эти 7 дней в январе это как бонус.
Just like in Kartik, sometimes I notice that sadhus, they start their Kartik Vrat a little early.
Так же, как в Картику, я заметил, что некоторые садху, они начинают Картику Врату немножко раньше.
So I found out why they do that recently.
Я недавно узнал, почему они это делают.
Because sometimes in the Vrat, maybe if you make a mistake or you don't get to take full advantage during Kartik, you have these extra days.
Потому что иногда, когда ты не можешь полностью сделать какие-то ошибки, есть вот эти вот 7 дней, чтобы исправить их.
So these last 7 days, because Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's disappearance day was yesterday, we have these 7 days specially dedicated to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta.
Потому что был день ухода Бхактисиддханты, мы можем посвятить вот эти 7 дней его уходу.
Yesterday we were looking at the logo for the Gaudiya Math that he created.
Вчера мы изучали, смотрели на логотип Гаудия Матха, который он создал.
And on the logo, there's the picture of the Madanga and also the printing press together.
И на логотипе там есть картинка мриданги, а также печатной прессы, печатной машины.
And above the Madanga and the printing press, it says Rag Marg.
И на фоне вот мриданги и печатного станка написано Ragmark.
And so, oh, there it is. Thank you.
Вот оно, смотрите, спасибо.
So we were talking about how Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was especially fond of book distribution.
Мы говорили, как Шрила Бхакти Сиддханта был большим поклонником, фанатом распространения книг.
And how he considered a very high type of sadhana.
И как он смотрел на это, как на великую форму садханы.
So this is the idea of the final 7 days, to give everyone a chance to do a little extra if they wish to, if they missed anything during the marathon.
И идея вот этих 7 дней – это дать преданным возможность что-то доработать, если они что-то пропустили.
And also, I think because everyone is having so much fun during the marathon, they don't like to stop.
Также потому что преданные столько получают удовольствие во время марафона, они просто не хотят останавливаться.
They wanted to try to get a little extra.
Они хотят получить немножко больше.
Maharaj, I heard that when the truckloads of books came into Russia, the former Soviet Union that there was a noticeable change in the consciousness of the people because the books came in.
Махарадж, я слышал то, что когда в Советский Союз поступили контейнеры с книгами Шрилы Прабхупады, сознание людей сильно изменилось в это время.
That in the beginning there was only a few books, but then when truckloads of books came in, then the people everywhere were taking them.
В начале, когда было несколько книг, это одно, а когда появилось прям контейнерами книги появились, люди начали их расхватывать.
Can you say anything about the history of how the books came into the former Soviet Union?
Могли бы вы рассказать немножко об истории, как книги попали в Советский Союз?
Первая книга была подложена Матаджи Малати в багаж Шимасундары, когда они ехали со Шрилой Прабхупадой.
The first book was sneaked by Mataji Malati to Shyama Sundar when they traveled.
Да, это известная история.
This is a famous story.
Другая история, как Матаджи Мандакини провезла Шримад Бхагаватам в Москву.
In other stories, when Mataji Mandakini sneaked the Srimad Bhagavatam to Moscow.
Это было нелегально.
It was illegal.
Затем мы уже стали книги издавать нелегально в России кустарным способом, ручным.
Then we started publishing books in the USSR underground, not legally.
Противозаконно мы их печатали на всяких принтерах, вручную переплетали и распространяли.
We printed them illegally using our own printers and sometimes by hand, and then printed them.
Затем, когда уже общество было зарегистрировано, уже стали думать об издании книг.
When our movement was officially registered and we started thinking about the publishing of the books.
Но первый большой тираж мы получили из Швеции. 100 тысяч экземпляров Бхагавад-гит.
But the first set of books we received from Sweden. How many books? Сколько книг? 1,000? 1,000? 100 тысяч. 100,000 of Bhagavad Gitas.
Их уже легально могли перевести через границу в Россию. И мы распространили их примерно за несколько месяцев.
They could be already legally transferred to Russian border, and we distributed them throughout just few months.
Это были книги очень красивые, красивая полиграфия, цвет, обложка и упаковка была такая прозрачная, целлофановая такая упаковка, необычная для России того времени.
The polygraphy, the cover of the books were so unusual for Russia. They were so beautiful. They were this transparent type and just so unique and so attractive to Russians.
Мне даже жалко было распаковывать эти книги, так красиво это выглядело.
It was sometimes it was sad to unpack those books because they looked so beautiful. The packaging.
Я помню, взял такую индийскую сумку, такую экзотическую, которую тоже в России никто никогда не видел, большую, наполнил этими блоками Бхагавад-гит упакованными, и взял с собой большие ножницы красивые.
I remember I took this Indian style big backpack that nobody seen in Russia, and I put the books carefully in this bag, and then I took the scissors.
И пошел на главную улицу Санкт-Петербурга, Невский проспект.
And went to the main prospect, the main street of the Nevsky Prospect.
Где-то книг 30 я взял с собой.
He took about 30 books.
Я не думал, что я смогу их распространить, но просто мне было жалко разрезать упаковку.
He didn't think he would distribute them, he was just so sad to cut with his scissors to cut the packaging.
И поскольку сумка была большая, то там поместилось 3 такие упаковки, я их просто не знаю почему взял.
Because the book bag was so big, the 3 sets fitted into this book bag. He wasn't sure why he took all of it.
Я вышел на Невский проспект, и там просто вот народ шел потоком в обе стороны.
He went to the downtown Nevsky Prospect, and the traffic was so big in both ways of people.
Оглянулся по сторонам, милиции нигде не было.
He looked around, there was no police around.
Я поставил эту красивую сумку на тротуар, открыл, люди видели эти упаковки, и тут же вокруг меня собралась большая толпа людей.
He put this bag to the sidewalk, and the people saw it, and right away there was a huge crowd around this bag.
Я собрался им проповедовать, но они просто спросили, сколько стоит. И расхватали эти книги за минут 10-15 и набросали мне полсумки денег туда.
He was about to start preaching, but old people cared. They asked, how much are the books? And they just took the books right away within like 10 minutes, and they filled the bag, full bag with money.
Люди просто увидели красивый дизайн и все, и тоже расхватали эти книги.
The people just saw the beautiful design of the books and just took it right away.
Потом мы стали распространять их десятками и сотнями на Невском проспекте, потом стали распространять вагонами по подписке предприятиям, по городам. То есть были разные способы распространения, массового распространения книг.
And then we started using different methods to distribute the books. We used the big train containers to transfer them by train. We signed up different organizations to get those books. We used all kinds of ways to distribute after that.
Один преданный у нас распространил за марафон ровно вагон, железнодорожный вагон книг Шрилы Прабхупады.
One devotee, he remembers one devotee who distributed one full loaded train wagon during the marathon.
Другой преданный летал где-то около года на самолетах бесплатно, распространяя книги.
Another devotee was flying on the plane different places for free, distributing the books.
Он предлагал книги летному составу, они его брали на борт, и так он летал по всему Советскому Союзу бывшему, распространял книги.
He offered the books to the pilots, to the crew, to the flight crew, and this way he was able to travel for free and distribute the books.
Сейчас это невозможно, но в те 90-е годы это происходило.
Now it's impossible, of course, but during the 90s, in that time it was possible to do.
Преданные люди новые приходили и сразу начинали распространять книги, еще даже мантру не повторяли.
The new people would come and right away chant mantra. And right away get the books even without chanting the mantra, and distribute the books.
Такое было счастье, что они просто присоединялись неосознанно к Санкиртане.
They were so happy to join this movement, Sankirtana movement.
Однажды мы очень уставшие уже во время марафона сели в вагон поезда, чтобы ехать в другой город.
One time I remember we were sitting in this train, so tired after the distribution to go to another city.
У нас были с собой телеги с книгами и коробки с книгами.
We had some boxes of the books and also some, the dollars to keep the boxes, to keep those boxes, to transfer those books.
Мы так устали, что валились с ног, и ночью мы в этом вагоне просто упали на полки, чтобы уснуть.
We were so tired, so all we could do at night, we just went right away to those beds in the train and just fell asleep right away.
Какой-то человек подошел и спросил: а вы, ребята, кто такие, откуда, что у вас там в коробках?
Some random person came to us and asked, "What do you guys have in those boxes?"
Мы в двух словах сказали, что там за книги, и просто хотели уснуть.
We were so tired, we just wanted to sleep, so we just told him in a couple of words.
Он спросил, сколько стоит, мы сказали цену.
He asked how much, and we told him how much.
На утро, когда мы проснулись, где-то половины коробок книг не было, и лежали деньги на полке.
When we woke up in the morning, approximately half of those boxes of books were gone, and the money were left in there instead.
Люди их даже ночью разобрали, я не знаю почему, что их вдохновило. Узнав ставший вид, я не знаю, что.
He wasn't sure, even while sleeping at night, they distributed, he didn't know what was happening. So amazing.
Одна женщина меня спросила на Санкиртане, а кто такой Бог?
One woman asked me once when I was doing Sankirtana, who is a God?
Я сказал, Бог — это живое существо.
He replied, God is a live being.
Она настолько удивилась, когда это услышала, что стала наши книги распространять. Тут же она взяла книги и пошла их распространять.
She was so amazed right away, so she took the books right away and started distributing them too.
В то время стали появляться аватары, которые объявляли себя Богом. Они тоже повсюду проповедовали, по всем городам России.
At that time, there was this interesting phenomena when the different avatars appeared and they were preaching all over Russia.
То есть люди быстро узнали, что такое аватар, кто такой Кришна.
The
Нас
people
был Баларам
quickly
аватар.
learned. Yeah, the people quickly learned what is Avatar, who are avatars, who is Krishna.
У нас был Баларам аватар, допустим. России.
For example, we had Balaram avatar in Russia.
Был аватар Иисуса Христа тоже.
There
Иоанн
was a
с вами
Jesus
его
Christ.
называли.
There was a Jesus Christ avatar. They were calling him Ioan avatar.
С вами.
Ioan с вами.
То есть так что люди быстро узнавали наши какие-то имена, терминологию. через
People were
аватар.
quickly getting and learning different terminology, different words.
То есть Россия была очень восприимчива к духовному знанию. Даже бандиты, они покупали у нас книги, жертвовали большие деньги.
Basically, the people in Russia were very open to this knowledge, to this wisdom, and even bandits, even the criminals were attracted to this.
В 90-х годах к нам присоединилась целая мафия, чтобы распространять книги.
During the 90s, there was the whole mafia that joined us to distribute those books.
Но я не буду сегодня об этом рассказывать, Вайшешика Прабху. Давайте подумаем, как нам наши усилия.
But I'm not gonna talk about this story today. I would like to concentrate on how we can unite our efforts.
Okay, thank you, Maharaj. I'd like to show you the map of the world so far. What we've the reports of book distribution and pledges for the Bhagavad Gita that have come in.
Yeah, спасибо, Махарадж. Я бы хотел сейчас показать вам интерактивную карту, которая показывает дистрибьюцию, статистику, а также донейшены, pledges по поводу дистрибьюции.
So this is a picture of the world map.
Это картина мира, Карта
And
мира.
so far, 170 ISKCON communities are participating.
На данный момент 170, более 170 ятар, коммун участвуют.
And 35 countries.
И 35 стран.
And we have pledges for the distribution of 2,421,515 Bhagavad Gitas.
И заявлено о распространении 2 421 515 книг Шрилы Прабхупады, Бхагавад-гит.
And now I'll show some other slides.
Сейчас я покажу другие
This
слайды.
is obviously South America.
Это Южная Америка. We don't see it yet, Maharaj.
North America.
Это Северная Америка.
Africa.
Африка.
Europe. There's
Европа.
Russia.
Есть Россия также.
And India.
И Индия.
Far East.
Дальний Восток.
Including the devotees in the Middle East.
Включая преданных в Средней Азии.
Australia, New Zealand.
Австралия, Новая Зеландия.
So these are a view. So far, the devotees have been very united around the world for this Live to Give marathon.
Это демонстрирует, преданные были очень объединены по всему миру в этой программе, марафоне «Жить, чтобы отдавать».
And now we have 4 days left.
Осталось 4 дня.
There's a lot we can do in 4 days.
Мы можем сделать очень многое в течение 4 дней.
Also, anyone who's made a pledge, you can send in the scores for the books that you've actually distributed on our tracker.
И все, кто подал заявку, сколько они распространят книг, могут сделать отчет по вот этой ссылке онлайн.
That's on www.prabhupadmarathon.com.
Это www.marathon.com, prabhupadmarathon.com.
The best feature of this marathon
Самая лучшая фишка этого марафона
and the best part of the pandemic,
и лучшая часть этой пандемии,
it's given us a chance to unite as a global team.
это дало нам шанс объединиться как команда по всему миру.
It didn't seem as possible before this pandemic.
Это было бы невозможно до пандемии.
And this is the first time that we've had everyone together, and especially all the Russian devotees together for a big international Sankirtan meeting.
И это был первый раз, когда у нас когда мы объединились так, и была первая международная встреча с русскими преданными по Санкиртане.
So we see this marathon as a first step for uniting all the communities around the world for the common cause of book distribution.
И мы видим этот марафон как предпосылка для того, чтобы объединиться в этой миссии Санкиртаны по всему миру.
And I personally feel blessed by your presence here today.
И я лично чувствую огромную благодарность, что вы с нами сегодня.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking your valuable time to come and be with all of us.
Я благодарю вас от всего сердца, что вы можете быть с нами и находиться с нами сегодня.
The words that you spoke were very inspiring.
Ваши слова были очень вдохновляющими.
And the stories also gave us a vision of what can happen.
И истории, они также дали нам какое-то видение, что может происходить.
Thank you very, very much.
Спасибо вам огромное.
Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande Haribol. And
Отправлять отчеты. Отчеты, как я правильно понял, что отправлять отчеты по расписанию книг, это мировая санкиртана, да, у нас идет?
As I understand, you're talking about the global Sankirtana to give out the statistics, to submit the statistics to this.
yes,
Yes, да.
da.
Ссылку тогда нужно прислать нам, хорошо?
We need to get this link
Okay.
as well.
Yes. PrabhupadaMarathon.com, and there's a tracker link there that anyone can report their scores.
prabhupadmarathon.com, и там есть также трекер такой, где можно предоставить свою статистику
Can you
онлайн
show
на
it,
этом сайте.
Anukul Seva, what the tracker looks like?
Можете вы показать, как выглядит этот трекер? Сейчас покажет.
Yes, Maharaj, I can show that right now.
Okay.
Да, я могу сейчас показать.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when you go to PrabhupadaMarathon.com, there's this tracker.
Когда вы заходите на сайт prabhupadamarathon.com, вы видите вот этот счетчик.
We know that millions of Gitas have been distributed already, but everyone still needs to report.
Мы знаем, что уже миллионы Бхагавад-гит было распространено, но еще есть люди, которым нужно подать свой отчет.
And if you scroll down, we can see that in each place where the pledges have been made, like in Alachua, you see the bar is full because they've fulfilled their pledges and they've reported their score.
Если мы пройдем чуть ниже на сайте, мы увидим статистику по разным локациям. И вот, например, Алачо, это во Флориде, они заявили, что распространят 2000, и у них уже полное, они уже превысили эту статистику и распространили 2180.
So after we receive all of the actual scores, then we'll be able to report to the world.
Поэтому для начала нужно сначала получить очки, чтобы мы смогли это показать всему миру.
Thank you, Anukul Seva.
Спасибо, Анакул Сева.
So we now have a video from Hanumat Preshak Swami speaking to all of us about the importance of reading and distributing Srila Prabhupada's books.
Сейчас мы просмотрим видео Ханумат с вами, которым будет рассказываться о важности распространения книг Шрилы Прабхупады.
And we thank you very, very much for coming on. Hare Krishna. Gaur Prema.
Спасибо.
And now here's the video.
Swami, Anjana Suda Academy, www. Hello, Hare Krishna. This is Hanumat Preshak Swami, Anjana Suda Academy, www.jayarama.us. And we're recording this because you see on the left there was a request from, what does it say, Naimir Sharanya Das on behalf of the BBT to describe the importance of distributing Srila Prabhupada's books, techniques of studying his books, and how this helped us, and how we think other people should also be engaged doing the same thing. Okay? So, in this perspective, we heard from Srila Prabhupada when he was in San Francisco at the Berkeley Temple in 1975 that anybody who chants the Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda and follows it with Hare Krishna Hare Rama has achieved the perfection of life. But, he continued, if you want to preach, you should probably read my books. So, we have taken that instruction as very fundamental to any service we hope to offer to Srila Prabhupada. You know, chanting our rounds nicely, chanting as much as we can, and then, on that basis, reading Prabhupada's books, reading them for ourselves, and reading them to others so we can preach to them, and reading them directly to other people as preaching. But of course, it's a big process. So how do we do this? Questions arise in our dull brain how to apply this simple phrase. Okay. Bhakti Buford asked us a few years ago that after so many years as a devotee, what is the essence of this Krishna consciousness? It was a very interesting question, and we thought about it, and it really came down to these 8 words. Get up early and get your rounds done. If you chant 16 enthusiastic rounds, how can you not be thankful to Srila Prabhupada? The result is enormous, enormous. So doing that, Prabhupada said you can't chant enthusiastic rounds. They should get up early, Mangalarti, Kirtan. So we have so much advice, help from Prabhupada about how to chant, and then we feel so wonderful. We can contribute something wonderful to everybody. We can begin to actually do something for Krishna. So then naturally, as we see our fellow on the right, we're asking, is there anything we can offer you, Srila Prabhupada? Maybe even just a peeled banana. So the first book we got, the first chance we had to read Prabhupada's book was the Krishna book. It was one of 2 volumes, and Buddhimanta distributed it to us at the UC Davis on the Whole Earth Day Festival. And it says in the book, the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are so powerful that simply by hearing, reading, and memorizing this one book, Krishna, one is sure to be transferred to the spiritual world, which is ordinarily very difficult to achieve. And so there's the potency of distributing these books. If people read them, if they hear us reading them, then they can be transferred to the spiritual world. In that perspective, we've taken up, for example, finding specific communities and people that we can relate to. One of these is the Jungian community. This is point number 1. In dialectical spiritualism, Prabhupada commented that amongst all the Western philosophers, Carl Jung had the most common sense. So you can look him up. It's a very, very nice area. Contact us if you're interested in preaching in this area, because it's a very active community, very intelligent community, and it's very exciting to put Prabhupada's books in their perspective. The second point we have here is that every salesman has his own technique. So you can hear things from other people, you can steal ideas from other people, but in the end, you have to develop your own technique to get the books out. And finally, the third point is that we're picking on specific areas, specific groups, but whenever we can, however we can, we have books by the door. Vaisheshika said, stack them up by the door where you can see them in the house and get them out. So whenever people come, we have books ready, we have Planters, peanuts, and a little 1-ounce bag. You can buy them that way, offered to Krishna. And then we pass them out. Okay. So somehow or other, we get them out. The other thing is many times we've been developing a symposia based on Light of the Bhagavat. Tamal Krishna Maharaj did the same thing, which is a nice outreach. And in there, it recommends hearing the works of the Goswamis, which leads us to Upadeshamrita. And then after that, very wonderful in this academic area like that. Okay. So again, nobody is limited. Everybody can be a book distributor. Prabhupada says even a dog can take part in this movement and dance in ecstasy. But you've got to develop your own way of doing it. Okay, so that's the end, or rather the beginning. You see this picture of Prabhupada. We're always thinking Prabhupada is, the class is over. No questions? Okay. Both feet hit the ground. Wherever you go, whomever Krishna sends, tell them about Krishna based on Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So thank you very much.
His Holiness Hanumat Prashik Swami Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Yogananda Prabhu, will you be able to keep translating for us?
Yes, Maharaj, he is translating. We can't hear him because he's on the Russian channel.
Oh, okay. All right. So next we have Malini Devi Dasi to give us some updates on what's working well in America. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Prabhupada. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I'm just here to update from what is working well. If I may share the screen. Okay.
And go a little slowly because that'll help the translation, I think.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So here at San Jose ISV, one of the things that is working well is the Walmarts. Devotees are going with mask and gloves, a few of them, very few of them.
You have to say what Walmart is, just for anybody who doesn't know. So unpack it like you're talking to people around the world.
Okay. So Walmart is actually a departmental store where you get almost everything. They even have groceries in some of the stores, or your basic necessities that you need. And Walmart is a place where a lot of people come to shop on a regular basis. And during the pandemic, we found that Walmarts have been one of the busiest places to distribute books. And here in this picture, you can see a devotee carrying books in a cart and with just a sign which says free meditation books. And this is the devotee who is doing this one, and they're distributing books like this. And people are loving it. The one picture on the left, you see, he took a whole box of books, not just for himself, but he also wanted to give it to his friends as gifts for Christmas and New Year. And these are some more pictures of people getting bundles of books at Walmarts. One person sitting inside the car, the other person making a sign, love sign here, saying thank you. And this person is also having, he's very happy to receive books. The other strategy that we tried was, because of the pandemic, we couldn't go out so much to distribute. So ISV devotees, they made almost 10,000 cookies. And we took these cookies and we packed them into bags like this. There is a Bhagavad Gita with 2 cookies inside, a thank you note, and nicely tied in a ribbon, which looks just like a gift. And this was distributed by all the devotees to the neighbors in their area. So each devotee took 1 case of Bhagavad Gita, which is about 16 Bhagavad Gitas, and they went packed like this and they just put it on people's doors. It was so much of fun because everybody wanted to pack. If you see the picture, the kids on the right are packing the books. The one on the left, she's Ramani, she's just a year old, and she took this book in her stroller to place it on her neighbor's doors. And this is how devotees placed. It is very safe because we didn't want devotees to take risks. So they just put at the doors like this. And we are getting overwhelming responses. The neighbors are sending thank you notes back. If you see here, The person said that thank you for the books and cookies. During the time of COVID and uncertainties, I will definitely take the time to read this book. And somebody gave cookies on the right. And this is another person who actually wrote a nice note saying that she was following self-realization before, but lately hadn't been doing any practices. So she's now inspired to read the book again on Bhagavad Gita. And we're also getting pearls for Krishna as return gifts from the neighbors, if you see on the left, and then some fruits, some gift baskets, and some cookies back also. The other thing that is working out very well is giving books to the frontline workers. Frontline workers are the one who are the firefighters, the sheriff, local police department, and even some doctors who are helping people to recover or help them with the COVID. So if you see here, devotees went and gave books to the firefighters. And Mataji, Pranagopika Mataji, all bundled up, she gave books to some more firefighters here. Calling parties is working out really well. We had success, the most success in this pandemic through calling parties. Calling parties is same thing what we used to do. We used to go out as a team, either door to door or streets. But calling party is the same thing, but we do it on a phone, on a Zoom call. Devotees get together and they call different people, asking them to take cases of Bhagavad Gita. And this is a picture from one of our calling parties where we call people and share the success. At the same time, if you have any questions, this is a nice place to ask questions what to do. And we have had a lot of success giving Bhagavad Gitas, cases of Bhagavad Gitas to all these small business owners like real estate agents, insurance agents, lawyers, and restaurant owners, jewelers, and many other places like this. So they are taking cases of Bhagavad Gita, and along with the Bhagavad Gita, we also give some stickers with their business names, like you see here. And they are placing the stickers on the Bhagavad Gita, and they're giving it as gifts to their clients or friends or family. In some cases, they asked us to distribute almost 500 Bhagavad Gitas to their clients. So we made some gift packs like this with ribbons, and we dispatched those 500 Bhagavad Gitas. Prabhu, that is all the update that I have now, but we can hear about the kids calling party soon.
Thank you very much. And before we do that, Malini, we have a report from Moscow from Ambarishi Maharaj, who can tell us how the book distribution is going in Moscow and also total books in Russia so far.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. In Moscow, devotees were distributed in a few ways. The main way was on the streets. Devotees were going out near the metro stations because so many people are going out and in the metro stations. So just on the day of Gita Jayanti, we have distributed around 1,000 of Bhagavad Gitas on the streets. And also devotees were putting the books into the big bookshops. Maybe around 1,000 Gitas were sold to the bookshops, and they are quite successfully distributed inside the bookshops. And also devotees were buying the Gitas as a gift to their neighbors, to their friends, and distributing these gift packs. We did not have successful calling parties, but at least devotees are trying to start the calling party. So altogether in Moscow, we have distributed I will check the number, 4,372 Bhagavad Gitas. And in other cities, the results are not so big as in Moscow, but devotees are also distributing the Gitas, and we will collect the results in a few days. Altogether in Moscow, we have distributed 57,000 books, and out of them, 4,372 Bhagavad Gitas. That is short report about Moscow. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Ambrishi Maharaj, for that report and also for your support throughout the marathon. You've been working so hard to translate and have shown up to so many of these meetings. We deeply appreciate your association.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Now we have a report from Malini, you said from the kids. Kids are doing a really big Sankirtan, and let's have a report from, is it from Kameshwari?
Prabhu, Kameshwari and Advait, both are there, Prabhu.
Okay, please go ahead, Kameshwari.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
We can hear you.
Okay, I was not able to unmute. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji and all the assembled devotees. So myself, Kameshwari Devidasi. So I'll quickly share. Kids have been going out Sankirtan for more than a decade now. But when pandemic started, of course, we were limited. And as devotees were doing calling parties, we extended the calling parties towards kids team also. We spoke with the parents and we came up with a list of businesses that we will call. It's ready in the sheet, in a spreadsheet. So when kids and parents join the call, everybody writes their name against a number, and then if the child is young, they the parent call and they speak about the volunteer service they are doing as a family, and over a speakerphone they do a presentation about Kiva Gita campaign.
Speak a little more slowly, please, Kameshwari.
Okay. Oh yes. Thank you for reminding. So on the call, the parents first speak and mention that as a family, along with children, we are doing this voluntary service to spread the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And then kids speak from their realization, what they like about the book and why they are doing this service. And after that, the answer, if there are any questions. The response is really nice from all the people that we have been reaching out, especially the parents. They are reaching out to their personal contacts and also to many businesses. So this pandemic, we have seen so many challenges, and kids will remember this. This is unprecedented. And we want kids to remember that we were limited, but we were not stopped. You know, we still were able to do the service. So we really want to make them part of the Sankirtan. So they just need a platform, and this calling party really helped in that way. And it's really heart melting to see when kids come, they're making presentations. Sometimes we see them speaking when they're unmuted and they're sharing, we're all quiet and we watch them. And sometimes they mute themselves and then they come back and share what actually happened. And that environment, when kids are together in one call, sharing each other's experiences, it's very encouraging. So it has been a very good experience, and I would pass it on to Advait to share some of his experiences what he has done so far, and along with other kids.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the opportunity. Dandam Pranam, Prabhu, and all the devotees here. So we just recently had our December holidays, and so we used this time for the past 2 weeks. We held daily calling parties. So along with the parents, the kids called different numbers, personal contacts, and businesses like jewelers, restaurants, clothing stores, and realtors around the area. And so we'd all stay on mute. And whenever any good news happened or a book was distributed, we would unmute and tell everybody. And it was a great way to encourage everybody to keep distributing and keep participating. And one of the stories that stuck to me the most was one really nice person who worships Allah. He took one Bhagavad Gita case and he said that it was really important to know about these books and to support this cause. And I told him, if there are more people in this world like you, it'd be a better place, just like Visheshika Prabhu taught us to say. And he was really inspired, and it was really nice to meet him. And he was very glad to support the cause and take these books. And it was he was very encouraging to all the Sankirtan devotees and said that that we have a bright future, and he was really happy. Thank you.
So I just wanted to conclude with just in last 2 weeks, kids have done huge. There are about 50 Bhagavad Gita cases that have been, some of them are sponsored, and 30 of them have been distributed to the different businesses. One thing I would really, the kids were discussing that, we are hearing a lot. There's a lot of distress in the world, but when I see that when they're interacting with these individuals, the people outside the world, they are really first-hand experience they are sharing. And Advait was mentioning that in the news we are hearing a lot, but just listening from them, it's really giving them the real world idea about how much stress is there really. People, when talk to business places, they are seeing that my business is very low. The people are not doing party, nobody's coming and buying things. So I think that discussion, I really felt that is for Sankirtan. The kids are getting that real life scenario, what's happening in outside world. They are getting to know, and then this knowledge will really help them. That's what their realization. And also one more thing is, by giving out these books, they are accepting these books to share with their clients. They are becoming Sankirtan devotees. And it's very interesting. I mean, if we join one of the calling party, how kids were discussing, I just sharing some of the points. So that's all we have for now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Kameshwari and Advait. And this is actually an important aspect of our Sankirtan movement, is giving children an opportunity to perform Sankirtan. It gives them an inside connection to the Sankirtan movement that carries on into their lives, and it is a way that we create the future leaders of our movement. Advait, you've been one of the leaders of the kids movement since the very beginning. I thank you very much. And Kameshwari, you've actually are the pioneer of the kids Sankirtan movement. So we thank you both very, very much. Now we have Vraja Lalana Devi Dasi checking in from Toronto, and she's going to talk about the way that she was able to organize the Russian community in her area. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna, all devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving me a chance to share this exciting news. So in Toronto, we had a great opportunity to have the training that was provided by you, back in 2019, translated into Russian. And I was happy to give this training to the Russian devotees. It was up to 20 devotees participating in the training. And right after that, we were able to distribute 170 books, which includes Bhagavad Gita's small books and the gift packages. So the devotees are now inspired, they're actively participating, and the books are going within Toronto, within Whitby and Aurora. Some of the devotees are participating in deliveries. So those who have never had experience distributing the books by themselves, they are giving this chance just to deliver books ordered by families, by businesses, which gives them a great taste and opportunity to see how it works. Moreover, those who are doing those deliveries now taking the books by themselves and trying the distribution themselves. So I would like just to thank everybody and for continuous inspiration in this in having this. Yeah, that's basically a short summary on how it goes within Toronto with the book distribution and Russian community. We have up to 20 people taking part, and the interest and the taste is growing, which is very inspiring.
Thank you, Vrajalalana Devi Dasi. Can you tell us the steps that you took to organize the Russian community? If you were going to teach somebody else to get together a Russian community or any community, but we're talking to the Russians today, especially, what would you say are the 3 or 4 steps you need to do to organize your community?
So the first step that I took personally, I talked to the Russian devotees who were very inspired by the book distribution but never participated. And I gave them a short training that was given by you actually, and I translated it for them. And it was a great success. And with their help,
how did you do the training? Vrajalalana, how did you do the training? You did a Zoom call and you showed a PowerPoint or something like that?
That's right, yes. So I translated it into Russian and I did it as a PowerPoint presentation via Zoom. So first I did a trial with 3 devotees, which was a great success, and 50 books went out right away, which they successfully distributed with the knowledge that we have from you, Guru Maharaj. So we just followed all of the steps, having the books, giving the mantra, handing the books properly, and the presenting Bhagavad Gita in the small books and big books, and giving the mantra, giving prasadam, not chasing people and everything. So, and it was very successful. After that, I shared this information with the leaders of Russian community, and they supported the idea of having it presented to the rest of the team. So we have namahatas, which are weekly meetings on every Sunday. One of the namahatas was dedicated to this training. So I gave the presentation to the whole community of Russian devotees. About 30 people participated in that. And since then, we are getting requests from Russian devotees to get the gift packages, to Bhagavad Gitas. They're giving them to their friends. And now they are getting the taste of giving the gift packages and Bhagavad Gitas to just people they don't know. So it's getting very successful and inspiring.
I like the way that you started with a few devotees and you saw that it worked, and then you expanded it out to the greater Russian community and involved more devotees. I think it's a really good model that could be expanded all over the world. Every small community can be organized to work as a team. And if we have hundreds and thousands of these small teams working within the global team, we can continue to expand. Do you feel like it's a good model that could be expanded in other places, Vrajalalana?
I totally think it's a perfect model. Moreover, some of the Russian devotees, they don't have enough knowledge of English, which actually prevented them from knowing the steps, and giving this information to them in their language actually helped them to get the main idea on how it should be done. Moreover, and then, support themselves through the trainings that were provided by Yudia Grudev, which are available on both Facebook and YouTube. That I send all of the links so that they can support themselves and get back to me with the questions. So I keep myself as a point of contact for all of them so that they can come back and ask any question at any time, which will help them to progress.
Thank you. Amazing service. Thank you. Keep up the great work. And our best to your whole team of Russian devotees up there in Toronto. Way to go. Vrinda Sevika, do you see this as it seems like you know a lot of the Russian devotees around North America. Do you see this as expandable, something that we could expand to a lot of other Russian communities in North America and beyond?
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, Hare Krishna devotees. Yes, that's a great experience. Thank you for sharing, Vrajalalana Mataji. I think we'll follow your steps, and we would like to connect later and learn from your experience, because I feel that there is a spirit with Russian devotees, but we shouldn't concentrate only on distributing only Russian books, because its number of Russian people is limited here in the area. And we should concentrate on distributing books in English. And we would like to follow your steps. And I think it's a great model. Thank you for sharing it. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Uniting the Russian devotees. We're taking away from Vrajalalana's talk about networking with friends and then train them. Make resources like books, prasadam available to the devotees in your group. And share good news with others, and then help to expand through networking. This is a really good model. So Vrajalalana, you'll be known as one of the pioneers of this Sankirtan, Russian Sankirtan, to expand it. And Vrinda Sevika has already had some really powerful networking here, so we can all join forces. Thank you very much. We'd like to get a report now from Priya Rupa Devi Dasi from Trinidad. We want to hear from you now, if you could check on and tell us how things went down in Trinidad. Maybe it's a little warmer down there.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Haribol.
I wasn't expecting this, so I'll just be very brief. Basically, what happened was I was very close to you in Toronto through all of your Sankirtan courses and seminars and everything that you did. I live in Toronto. Basically, I came to Trinidad and I got, after the pandemic, I got stuck here. And then I found out during the budget campaign that you were doing, it was a worldwide goal. So I thought Trinidad could also help. So during the Badri campaign, we did 15 Bhagavatam sets, which was unexpected. And then the same thing happened during this Live to Give marathon. I thought Trinidad could help. We started off with 20 Bhagavad Gitas because I wasn't sure of the response, but it grew exponentially. I spoke to my Gurudev, Guru Prasad Swami, who's also the GBC of Latin America in this area, and he suggested that the 200 that we thought we could do was very much underestimated, and that 600 is more realistic. And then he had also his quota that he wanted to fulfill. So right now we're up to 750, which is, for a very small country, it is a very nice number. And we're very happy about that. And we're just going to keep going as much as we could. I'm connecting with all the book distributors throughout Trinidad. They have always been distributing, but just to report back the scores at a time like this when we're trying to hit 2 million worldwide. We're part of an international society, and just to make that connection was very meaningful. And yes, that's really the gist
Thank
of
you.
it. We're trying to do as best as we could.
Priya Rupa, 750 Bhagavad Gita is as big anywhere. It doesn't matter which country it is. It's an amazing way that you've brought so much energy to that area. And we can all see that if one person becomes enthusiastic for Sankirtan book distribution and helps to organize locally, it can turn into something that has exponential results. As you just mentioned, I like that word, exponential. So please keep up the great work down there. We're really proud of you, and it's made a huge showing for Trinidad due to your enthusiasm. Our obeisances to all the devotees there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Finally, in the last few minutes here, part of Sankirtan is measuring. We have to measure the results. It's not good enough that we just distribute and then walk away. We have to actually count up very carefully how we've done and report the scores so we can measure it. What gets measured gets improved. If we can't measure it, we can't improve it. Our main goal is to unite to do more service for Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya. And so in these last few days that we have, it's really important to report your scores. And the scores are being tabulated, as I mentioned earlier before, on the PrabhupadaMarathon.com. We're registering leaders from each region so that the leaders can then consolidate all of the local scores and report them, so we don't have hundreds or thousands of people reporting their scores there. So please give your scores to a local representative who can then register on the tracker that's on PrabhupadaMarathon.com and get your scores tabulated. Do you want to say anything more about that, Shammohini or Anukul Seva?
Yes, Maharaj, I think just a few things. One is, if you are the registered point of contact for your center and you see your community on the map, please go to PrabhupadaMarathon.com, use your email, and you can set your password there using forgot password for the first time as you're logging in. Secondly, if you do not see your center on the map and you're participating, you can write to us at admin@PrabhupadaMarathon.com. That email is on the website as well as in the chat, and we will gladly create an account for you. So admin@PrabhupadaMarathon.com for any questions or queries, and we'll be happy to help.
Thank you very much. Any inquiries at all, please write to us and we'll walk you through it. And the more aligned we are with the administration and getting in the scores, the more we'll be able to unite in the future marathons that are coming up. So the last few days are critical, and we can remember the words of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, that the members of the Panchatattva plundered the storehouse of love of God and ate, tasted, and distributed its contents. And the more that they distributed those contents, the more the contents increased. So the Sankirtan movement is a movement of giving. We live to give. And the best thing to give is transcendental knowledge. There's a lot of gifts that people give around this time of year that everyone returns or they throw away. But the Bhagavad Gita, once it enters into the heart of the recipient, takes that person on a journey back home, back to Godhead. It is the best gift that anyone can give. The Bhagavad Gita and all of Srila Prabhupada's books are enabling a soul that's been in the material world since a time immemorial to then have the opportunity to go back to the spiritual world and live eternally with Krishna. This movement Prabhupada presented as a movement to re-spiritualize human society. In order to do that, we have to think really big. The world has to be covered with transcendental literature. The only way to do that is to work together cooperatively. Every community has a part in this. And if everyone does their part according to their capacity, we can come up with bigger and bigger, exponentially bigger results for book distribution. That will please Lord Chaitanya. And if Lord Chaitanya is pleased, you won't need to do anything else in your life, because that's the ultimate goal, is to get the favorable glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You can do it, we can do it through this transcendental book distribution. I want to thank the Russian translators today. Thank you very much, Yogananda Prabhu, for your painstaking work to translate. Yogananda and also Prema was translating all this time into Spanish. We thank you very much. You're always there, the two of you, participating in every Sankirtan event or anywhere there's Krishna Katha and passing it on to others. You've become a broadcasting station for the Sankirtan movement. Thank you to the translators. We thank everybody who came out today to join us. And we're especially grateful to Hanumat Preshak Swami for taking the time to make a video, and Chaitanya Chandracharan Maharaj for joining us and giving us his association. Just by seeing him, we see a great leader who's working under Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to spread Sankirtan over the world, and it gives us strength to see such a leader. Thank you very much, everybody. 4 more days to go. Take full advantage of it. And then we'll all celebrate this together in January once we count up all the scores. Everybody, let's make a special prayer. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you so desire, please empower us in these last few days to complete this vow to distribute at least 2 million books, Bhagavad Gitas, all over the world. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat, Hare Krishna. Everyone who agrees with this prayer in part or in whole, please unmute and say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Gaura Nitai ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Satyakoti Vaishnavi ki jai. Gaur
Jai.
Prema.